Basic Math, Chapter 9, Section 2, Adding Like Mixed Numbers. Now that you know how to add like fractions, you can add like mixed numbers. For example, add 2 1/5 plus 3 2/5. Step 1, add the fractions. So we've lined them up one on top of each other. The whole numbers in a row, the fractions are in a row. These are already like fractions, so we can just add them. 2 plus 1 is 3. The common denominator is 5. Step 2 is to add the whole numbers. 2 plus 3 is 5. The sum of 2 1/5 and 3 2/5 is 5 3/5. Sometimes the fraction part of the answer is not a proper fraction. You need to simplify the answer. So example 2. Add 2 1/2 plus 3 1/2. So step 1 is to add the fractions. Notice it's lined up neatly with the whole numbers one on top of each other and the fractions one on top of each other. They're already like fractions, so the numerators get added together. 1 plus 1 is 2. The common denominator is 2. So the fraction part is 2 over 2. Step 2, add the whole numbers. 2 plus 3 is 5. Step 3, change the fraction to a whole number and add that to the whole number. So 5 and 2 over 2 is the same as 5 plus 1. Because the numerator and the denominator of a fraction, if they're the same, then that fraction is equal to 1. 2 over 2 is equal to 1. 5 over 5 is equal to 1. 12 over 12 is equal to 1. Because if we put the number on top in the shop and divide it by the denominator, we would always get 1. Let's practice with adding. So write the answers in lowest terms. This was already circled. Let's circle 4, and let's take a look at 8. So number 4 would give us 4, 6 with the whole number 4. And in lowest terms, that would be 4 2/3. So we could divide 4 by 2 and 6 by 2. Number 8, 6 and 5/9 plus 2 and 7/9. We could add the fractions, and that would give us 12/9. And then 6 plus 2 is 8. And then we would reduce the fraction down. And if we're not sure in our head, you could put the number on top in the shop and divide by the denominator. And we would get 3 left over. So we have 1 3/9. So we can add that back now. 1 3/9. We've already worked that out there. This is the 12/9. The 1 3/9 is the 12/9. So we can add that in, and that would give us 9 3/9. There. And we can also divide 3 and 9 by 3, and that would give us 9 whole and 1/3. Let's try 14. I'm going to move it over first, run out of space, that first one. So I'll rewrite it. 2 And 19 over 25, subtract, oh, it's still plus 4 and 3/25. So we add the numerators, and that gives us 22 over 25, and then 2 plus 4 is 6. If we were adding number 20, we would have 1 whole plus 4 and 11/13. So 11/13 is nothing to add. So it stays the same, and then 1 plus 4 is 5. And that is the answer to 20. The local swim teams practice once a week. The practice schedule's on the wall at the pool. Anita is a member of the Dolphins and Stingrays teams. How long does she practice each week? Add the hours. So let's see where these teams are. We have Dolphins and Stingrays. Here's the Dolphins. Here's the Stingrays. Here's the hours. So we can add those together. 2 whole hours and 3/4. And then Wednesday is 1 whole hour and 3/4. So we have like fractions already, since the common denominator is 4. Add the numerators together, we get 6/4. Then add the whole numbers, and we get 3 whole hours. 6/4 is an improper fraction, so that will have 6 in the shop divided by 4, and that will leave us with 2 remaining. And then we can add the 3 whole hours plus the 1 whole and 1/2 hour. The 2/4 is equal to 1/2, and that would give us 4 whole hours and a half. And so that's the number 1's answer, 4.5 hours each week. Joe's on 2 teams. He practiced 2.5 hours a week. Which 2 teams is he on? So can you use your math to add up between the different options? Which 2 teams add up to be 2.5 hours? And you can pause the video, work that out in your notes, and then practice in your workbook for Chapter 9, Section 2. Thank you.